Welcome to the first virtual book fair UK. Now we are going to present from Italy Marco Di Stefano, who speaks about Jens Jorgen Thorsen and the movie, The Return, a strong film about Jesus, finally free. He will be accompanied by the presenter and cultural ambassador Libertad Betancourt. Thank you for following the presentation. Go ahead, please.
So, Libertad, I start the movie.
Paris, Paris, Paris looks better than paradise. Paris, Paris, Paris looks better than paradise. Paris, Paris, Paris is better than paradise. Paris, Paris, Paris smells better than paradise. I said Paris, Paris, Paris smells better than paradise. Paris, Paris, Paris is better than paradise. You want to have some fun? Go down to Paris. Paris, Paris, Paris smells better than paradise. You know, if you go down in Paris, you're gonna find everything is real nice. It's uptight. If you want to have some fun.
Good morning, good
Good morning.
afternoon, good evening. People is asking what is happening in the fair, in virtual book fair. What is happening in UK? Good morning for Elizabeth Lama, who is helping us in the transmission. She's in Peru. Good afternoon for Mr. Marco Di Stefano,
Good
who is
afternoon.
in Italy. How are
In
you,
Pisa.
Marco?
I'm in Pisa,
In
where the Leaning Tower is very close to my home, where usually, a lot of English people are here. But you know, with the pandemic, with COVID, it's everything is changed, and so
Mhm.
we hope that we can have again the English tourists coming to support the economy of Tuscany. You know, actually, sometimes you meet some English tourists that speaks about Tuscany and in the details, and they know much more than we know. So there is a lot of
Yeah.
people deeply in love with this beautiful land with wine and hills and woods. You know, Pisa
Yes.
is located in a fantastic place.
And
So
guys,
I'm here.
guys
I'm here.
are
Come and the
handsome.
day will be ours. So to speak about this movie, yes,
Okay.
Libertad,
Let me
Libertad. Please,
present first.
please.
And My name is Libertad Betancourt, and thank you, UK, for this opportunity to present you our writers, poets, actors, cinematographers, plastic artists, many talent that we have. Photographers. I'm a photographer too. I'm a cultural ambassador of in the world, and cultural ambassador of writers in America and Europe. But today we have a very special guest. He is like a member of the family because he was here in the fair of he was in the fair in Italy, in Colombia, and Argentina, now here in UK, is Mr. Stefano. Marco Di Stefano is actor, film and theater director, international performer, clown, mime, musician, singer, founder of the community theater, and presents his experiences. He had many experiences in England. One of them was the movie. You were the actor, right? Many years ago?
I was younger, yes, with black hair, age
Oh,
33.
no.
age
The same
32.
face, the same face, the
Sì,
same.
sì, sì, sì. I
Marco,
have a
first
great
of all, thank
future. I have a great future behind my shoulder.
but the gray hair is the blonde hair now, right?
Yeah, that's anyway. I still have some hair, which is not so bad.
Guys are more attractive,
Oh
more
yeah, let's put
attractive.
it in this way. Okay.
First of all, I have to tell I want to tell you thank you so much for be here in this space, for be believe in us, stay with us in all first, and thank you for sharing this important film. Today, this day, Saturday and Sunday, are the days for tributes. We are celebrating UK that all the art, and we are talking about they are going to be talking about many important figures in history, in art, in all shapes. But today you are sharing with us this video. Why today in the tribute? Tell us the reason.
First of all, because finally, first of all, it's the 1st of May. It's the 1st of May in Italy. Is celebrating also in the rest of the world as the big festa dedicated to the workers. And I dedicate today this presentation to all the workers in the performing art, which under pandemia got big problems. Also here in Italy, I presume in many other countries, also in England, um, we was stocked, blocked. We couldn't work, we couldn't perform, we couldn't do anything. We was in this kind of jail of our houses and rehearsing and trying to be alive, doing streaming masterclass workshops, lessons, giving on streaming some performances. But everybody is waiting the moment where we can step out in fresh air and to hug people, to touch people, to be again in relation with the public, and to give open air indoor performances. Uh, our Minister of Culture, Franceschini, a few weeks ago, he finally cut down forever la censura, the censor office department from Italy, which is a very important fact. Because in Italy, for generations and generations, we have a department of censura who decide what to watch, how many minutes to cut here or to cut there, to modificate age of different age for films. Well, I think this is deeply wrong. First of all, because on the internet, everybody can see everything in a very, very, very free way. And it's also in a very dangerous way, because often children watch stuff that better they should not see. But second, because to take the chance to pay a ticket and to sit inside of cinema and to watch a movie should be free. Everybody should have the possibility to do that without any restrictions and without any rules that decide a meeting of people that decide what people should see or not see. Up to the citizen to decide if this movie is good for you or not, because it's a movie, it's like a book, it's like a painting, it's like a sculpture, it's a piece of art, is an object done by the combination of the work of many people. Imagine, for example, in this movie, The Return was a budget in 91, 92 of $6 million, was about 120 people, crew involved in the process, was about many, many months of post-production, many people involved in the movie. Me, I'm just the point of the iceberg because I was chosen to be the face of Jesus Christ in the film. But how many other persons was involved in this project? How much work was done before? Then arrives somebody who decide, but let's go step by step. If you want, I can tell you, for example, a little bit who is Jens Jorgen Thorsen, which is the director who
Mhm.
did this movie. It was a man,
Danish, right?
was
Danish,
Danish, but with very long frequentations in London
England.
and in England, and many, many good connection there. In fact, Thorsten was a painter and also filmmaker. He won a special award in Cannes Festival with a film about Anais Nin and Harry Miller, Clichy Days. the days of cliché of those two writers in the poor time in Paris. Was a fantastic movie in black and white. Somebody can research. It's from 1971. And in this movie was a 16 millimeters. Jens Jürgen Thorsen was painting frame by frame the clouds and the sky of Paris in a graphic way. Uh, it's a man who did a lot of experiment in his life. Was a companion of Patrick Chéreau at the invasion of a Biennale di Venezia in 67. Was really one of the father of the 68. Imagine a little man, very strong. In fact, I discovered later Jens Jorn, he passed away in the year 2000. He's not alive now. I discovered later that his descendant was from Sicily. He was called Jens Jorgen Thorsen Enna. Enna, it's a town in Sicily. And his father, grandfather, he was coming as an immigrant in Scandinavia. And then, of course, he was a Danish citizen, mixed up with the Vikings. So it was a mixture between North and South. This man was very pyrotechnic. He was in the 70s. He was really one of the happening men of all Scandinavia area. He started to have this idea to show that Jesus was a man done of flesh that got a sexual, a sensual life like all the other human beings. And when he started to promote this idea, he started to paint on the walls of many Danish towns big Jesus in cross with his sex in erection. Imagine the scandal that happens when in all Scandinavia there was these huge murales of 10 meters, 12 meters, 20 meters with Jesus like this. And of course, all the Puritans, all the people that was following the religion attack him deeply. He started to say that he want to make a movie about Jesus. And in fact, he went to England to try to convince John Lennon, is much before on 92, because 92 is this movie, but he tried to do this movie already in the 80s. So in the late 70s. So the guy, he went to speak with John Lennon. John Lennon agreed. So the idea was that John Lennon was supposed to be the Jesus in this movie. But then the English government was afraid, especially the Protestant church was afraid of the possible conflicts with the Catholic Church, and they kick him out from England. Actually, he was kicked out. Then Thorsen, he didn't lose the hope. He went on to collect money, and he was ready for the second tryout in Denmark. Still without me, I didn't know him yet. And when the movie was ready to be done, all the Puritans and religious people start to make a big parade in Copenhagen with candles, praying against the film. The guy, he was opened the window of his office. He saw the people down. He stepped down. He started to speak with them and to make a parade against himself in the center of Copenhagen. He said, yes, you're right. I am a sinner. I'm really guilty. What to do? I really need to do this movie. At the end of 2-3 hours of parade all together, the parade end up in the main square of Copenhagen, everybody drinking beer and being friends with Thorsen, because it was an incredible, friendly man. He was able to put together thousands of people just to enjoy. He also was a trumpetist, like modestly me, and he loves jazz. He loves jazz very much. And when he was shooting, he had a very special, specific way to work. But step by step, how comes that me, Marco Di Stefano, from Roma, film and theater actor, was involved in such a movie? It's really a pure coincidence, destiny. Because one day, my previous wife, Gide Christensen, which I say hello to her, she's a fantastic film and theater director in Denmark. My previous wife was invited to go and meet a Danish director that was visiting Rome. At the time, we was living in Rome. And the taxi, the cab, didn't arrive, was late. which in Rome is quite normal. So I took the car and I drove with the car of our theater, our transit, for transit, Brigitte Christensen to the appointment. When we arrived at the appointment, which was a Piazza Cavour in a little hotel, this guy stepped down in the foyer of the hotel. When he saw me, he was with the pants of leopard trousers, t-shirt painted by himself, long hair locked behind like this, blue eyes, small guy, very strong. He started to jump around me and to say, Jesus, Jesus, finally I found you.
Because your face is very similar. I'm going to share later. You don't worry. You continue talking, but I'm going to send to Elizabeth one picture, the picture in that age that people they appreciate it with more
You
details.
you can show the picture. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes,
And
okay.
you
No,
have it?
no, the other one.
No, you don't have the. Do you have the other, Elizabeth? No.
That's the project I'm doing right now in libraries.
Yeah, but you don't have the other. Don't worry, Elizabeth. I'm going to send it to you.
It's here. I think
Eh?
one picture is this, for example.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
One picture is this. This is a shooting, a moment, a frame from the film. I
Uh-huh.
prepared for you some pictures because I was
Mhm.
thinking about. Of course, we cannot show the movie, but we can show part of the movie.
Okay.
And
He was
the picture was
he
this.
was
The one I want to
running.
show was this.
This is the picture. This is the picture better than this printed.
Yeah.
And wow,
So
look at that.
I tell you,
He was
I tell you.
jumping around you. He was
Yeah,
jumping around
yeah,
you,
jumping around me
running.
and said, Jesus. And I didn't know that he was going to make a movie about Jesus. I just heard from a friend of mine, Jet Curtis, an American actor that later will be part of the movie as the Pope. He's a big fat guy that performed the personage of the Pope. Jet Curtis was just calling us some days before to say that the Danish director was visiting, was casting some people, and Brigitte, as a Danish actress, she should meet him. Okay. And he gave to me a script, big script, and he said, read it, fly to me to Copenhagen, and in 3 days we meet each other. I was reading in the night. I understood immediately that the film was controversial and quite dangerous. But on the other side, I was 33. Pick up
You were
from
33?
see,
The age of Jesus.
see,
Oh,
33.
wow.
And the guy told me, and he showed to me 8,000 pictures, 8,000 pictures of different actors. He was gluing in different rooms in his office in Denmark, and he was selecting, but he was not happy. The production was almost ready. At the Nordics film, it was crazy because they say, we are going to start the movie. We are without Jesus. And the guy, he brought me with a flight. I arrived at the mythic Nordisk film studios, which are the studios of Dreyer, or the best film maker of Denmark. You know, Dreyer for the film art is a great, very, very important artist. I was in those film studios and we did the casting. From the casting, I understood how crazy he was because he collect all the most beautiful girls, actresses from Denmark, Sweden, Norway. And I got in front of me about 30 beautiful actresses, blonde, red hair, brown hair, blue eyes, green eyes. And I should kiss all of them.
Oh my God. It was a sacrifice.
What a heavy job. What a heavy job I have to do. So I start to kiss all of them, and he was watching if, for his opinion, there was an empathy, a sympathy between the two, because he couldn't have problems at the moment that there was a plan in the story that Jesus was doing love, a modern Jesus. It's not the old Jesus. It's a kind of Jesus who comes back 2,000 years later, was kissing and doing love with this woman. And you know, often in movies, you can see when two actors don't like each other. If you have an eye, you can see that they don't have a touch.
Chemistry. Sure.
Chemistry, which doesn't mean to be in love. No.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean that if you're a professional, it means just to jump into the story for a moment, to imagine, to love this person. But you must have a kind of empathy, flesh to flesh, skin to skin. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Energy.
So I was doing 3 days of casting,
Kissing.
kissing women.
No.
We did.
And when you like the girl, you say, "No, I need to try it again. I'm not sure."
No, I was already happy after the first one. Was him that was not happy. And he was very close to the camera. And what do you, Marco, what do you think? He was speaking like this. He has the voice like this. Marco, do you like her? You know, because it's a question of flesh. Tell me. And so he was doing these 3 days of full immersion. And then he select because he choose, not me. He select a fantastic actress, Nina Rosenmeyer. I say hello to her. I don't know where she is in the sky because I lose completely the connection. She was called because I don't think she is still performing. She was called in the movie Nina Atlanta as artistic name. And the adventure was really an adventure. Jesus Christ, 16 weeks completely inside of this white cloth, sandals, and going around first in Paris, as you could see, because
16 or 60? 16?
16,
16.
16 weeks, 16 weeks of shooting, because the movie was big. It was shooting a lot. Imagine that at the end of the movie was 1 hour longer, was almost 3 hours. And then they convinced him to cut parts to reach the length of 90 minutes that could be available on a movie, on a movie screen. Yes, so we was working in different countries: Poland, Italy, Denmark, Paris. In Paris, we did a lot of shots, especially the beginning of the movie is all in Paris. The way to shoot this man, I was doing many other movies after, but the way to shoot of this man, I never found a director like this. Imagine, Libertad, in Montmartre, far away, I was maybe 300 meters far away, walking, and the camera was here. If you want to tell me something, so he didn't use the headphone. He started to run, arrived to me to tell me something.
Tell you and run away.
And to run back. And this he was doing like 40 times a day.
Oh my God.
And for example,
Crazy.
for example, we was shooting at 6 o'clock in the morning with people, 7 o'clock, with people shocked they was going to work on the Champs-Élysées, and they could see a strange man with white dress and sandals, looking like Jesus, walking in the middle of the Champs-Élysées, but the people couldn't see the camera because the camera was far away, hidden. I always remember the face of the people in Place de la République, in Place de la Concorde, because he was always shooting from far away, and people was really confronting with the guy going around pretending to be Jesus Christ. Then it was really interesting. Then in the story, in the movie, I met this girl, which is a terrorist, and I kidnapped by this group of terrorists. And I'm involved in an incredible adventure. But before to start to speak about this, Thorsen is still well known even after his death in the year 2000. And if people are interested, I invite them to watch his paintings because it's very interesting what he was doing. He was doing a bit like a Pollock style, colors, and he was rolling his body on the painting. So he was doing the painting on the floor. He was naked, full of colors, and then rolling with the body.
Wow.
Was really a situationist.
Now,
Really,
this is an activity in kindergartens, or they
Yes.
use it with the babies. Yeah.
yes, but he was doing this in the 70s.
Yeah, it was exactly.
It was new.
Now is
At the-
nothing new.
No,
Yeah.
nothing new. But
But in
instead of
that
the fact that
age,
one
yes.
day some people did the trick to exchange the acrylic color with oil color, and the guy ended in the hospital. But that's another story because
He
because he
was
was
a very
naked.
futurist person, right?
See,
With a
completely.
futurist
He was
vision.
in front. He was in front. He was far away in front. He spoke about the corruption of the church, the corruption of the costumes. When all the scandal of the pedophilia, we could even speak about. He was now, yes, because Papa Francesco spoke clear and tried to
Hmm.
clean up the
Hmm.
situation. But at the time, nobody could speak in the 90s about that. And he got the courage to imagine a pope fat with a young child on the knees, giving chocolate with the magazines for only men on the table. Was a comedy, of course.
Uh-huh.
Was a comedy inspired, I would say, Monty Python. If there is somebody I can see close to him, was a Monty Python style. Mm. By the way, I got some influence myself from Monty Python through the group People Show. People Show was a group of theater that was traveling around People Show, and they came in my festival, which I organized in Italy, and I spent beautiful time with those English artists. And later, I met through them Terry Gilliam. You remember we spoke about the idea to speak about Terry Gilliam, but we didn't have the time to prepare because, as you know, Terry Gilliam, the great director of Brazil, Baron of
Mhm.
Munchausen, etc., he lives often, spend often good time in Italy. But I lose connection with him. I have to find him again. There was a time where I was very close to him, and I was very close to participate to the Baron of Munchausen, fantastic movie that he was shooting in Cinecittà. But anyway, Thorsen. Uh, what to say about him that could interest? Yes, let's speak about this. The movie go on. We make the shooting, and many episodes happens because you can imagine in Denmark when I was going around, the press, the newspapers, the local TV was very strong on the subject. So I became, let's say, famous in Denmark in the period. And when I was walking around, people didn't call me Marco Di Stefano. Hello, Jesus. How
All
are you?
right.
So I spent weeks and weeks going around with people that call you Jesus.
Mm.
And I started to be suspicious about that. Jesus Christ. People call me Jesus. And they invite me, Jesus, come here to have a beer. Jesus, be
Oh
together
my
with us.
God.
Was really strange, really strange. Strange.
Wow.
And then I have to be honest, all the women ready just because I was famous. And this scares me and let me understand how superficial is what we do. Because at the moment that I was famous, everything was possible. You understand? Uh,
Yes, exactly.
Me, I'm not famous in Italy. I well known. I have a
You
kind of
are. You are.
anyway. I have a good reputation as a honest worker, good actor. With my community play, I do a lot of social work. I work with
Mhm.
disabled people, with crazy
Good
people.
heart.
I try to do this fantastic work, but
Mhm.
I don't run the business of to be a star. And but I touched and understood how can be superficial if you're not able to manage with balance. And
You
now
lost
it's
the floor. You can lose the
you lose the
floor.
floor. You
Uh-huh.
you you think that you're a superstar. You think that you can do everything, and it's
Mhm.
absolutely not true. And it was good for me to wake up later. So it's a process, It's a process. It's very important to cross all the different steps. So
Mhm.
the movie, let's say, was anyway finished. Post production, there starts the problem because
Mhm.
was presented in Cannes at the market. Some Italians took it and translated in Italian because I was shooting in English. Of course, I was studying my part very well, but it was done in English, the film. Also with some English actor. I have to mention the great performer Johnny Melville from Scotland. fantastic performer, mime, entertainer, actor, singer. Uh, the guy is from Edinburgh. He was also a fantastic personage in the film, together with Jet Curtis, as I mentioned before, but also Jean-Michel Dagory, which was a fantastic French actor, Benny Hansen, Danish actor, John Hunt Pedersen, all people that, in my memory forever, because
Mhm.
it was really a special movie. When the movie was ready, presentation in Cannes Festival, Italians took it, translated in Italian, and make a presentation in Italy. The day of the presentation in Italy, the day after, all the Italian magazines, La Repubblica, Corriere della Sera, Messaggero, Panorama, Espresso, the biggest, they wrote big articles about it. The day after, the movie went in commissione di censura.
Wow.
Censura commission. The,
Especially Italy, right?
yes. And when they saw the movie, they cut 40 minutes, 40 minutes of the movie out. And the movie was not possible for the movie to step out. They was ready
Wow.
to put the movie in the cinema, forget it. Was not
Oh,
possible. 40 minutes cut off. What
40
to do?
of 1 hour? What, how many minutes?
The movie
60, 30,
yeah, the
70?
movie is almost 2 hours, 1 hour
Ah, okay.
45. It was left only 1 hour
120.
and 10 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
the distributor say, no possible. And in fact, all the copies, film, not video, film, 35 millimeters, ready. They were stocked somewhere in the deposit and forget it. We was waiting the appello of the commission, but the 40 minutes stays. What surprised me was that in the commission there was a director, a film director, and now I will not mention the name because it's known, and I don't want to give a damage to him. But this director, he should protect the artist. Normally, the director in the commission protect the vision of the filmmaker. But the
Mm-hmm.
guy, he was like this with a person from the school, like this with a person from the Vatican, and they decide all together to cut the moving piece. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
this picture that you saw in the beginning when Jesus is going down and
Mm-hmm.
materialized in Champs-Élysées, they cut. They say no,
Mm-hmm.
because if we put this, it means that it's coming from the sky. And so it means that we are speaking about Jesus. So we have to cut. So there was cutting stuff like this. And I was, for me, was a big shock. I was expecting that, but
Mm-hmm.
I not so much. And also professionally was a big shock. Now I can tell you, because
Mm-hmm.
after so many years, 92, could you imagine? You're speaking about a story of 30 years ago.
It has to be so hard for everybody for the whole production because first of all the investment. I'm sure the producer he never recovered the investment, the money. No, he lost money. You lost time. Could you imagine 4 months working and working, studying, practicing in the film, and for nothing? No, for nothing. But of course, we are talking about in time that the minds were closed. Of course, now many people probably they are disagree, they are not interested, but there are many people that they are open minds,
Sí,
and they want to
sí.
see it and don't take it personal because you can see many things, but if your faith is strong, nobody is going to destroy your faith.
Oh,
No.
in fact, yes. And it was, anyway, after this accident of the censura, silence for some times, me, I got problems because in RAI national network, there was some people who knows that I was Jesus in the movie. And they discovered later that they cut my name off from all the main
Oh.
production
Oh,
because they
wow.
say, how happens that this Italian guy, it works like this. If you are protected from a big agency, from a big attaché de la press manager, then you can do what you want. But if you're just a simple actor coming with his job, not protected by any political party or any great lover or any great mecenat, you have a problem. And that's
Mhm.
exactly what happens to me. But it's
Mm.
okay. I I forgive everybody. I forgive everybody because I understand their
The
modesty.
context.
It's
Uh-huh.
and also their modesty, their limitation of thinking.
Mhm.
Also, I'm happy now because now after so many years, the movie is free and everybody can watch it. I can tell you, in fact, on Amazon, you can give also the
Okay,
link
we
later.
can say that right now because if not, we are going to
In
forget it
Amazon
later.
is available. The movie is available. Everybody can watch.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to Sandy Hartug. It's a German filmmaker, Sandy Hartug, that
Mm-hmm.
he came to visit me some years ago. He did a
Mm-hmm.
reportage about the film, and they with the Movie Max they took again the film, and now the film is available. A moment, I tell you, I was
I
giving to
have the
you
link.
the.
I
You have
have
the
the
link.
link. It's
Could you
triple
publish the link?
W.
See.
No, I have the for the movie triple W Amazon.com/return and the line. I don't remember how do you say in English the line. Es una línea de, yeah, exactly.
Marco
Marco,
Stefano,
and again
line,
the line. Stefano slash DP
eccolo,
slash
adesso è il contrario. Sì,
B088Q246Q2. We are going to
yeah,
put this link in the comments.
yeah.
When you can reproduce the video because it's recording right. We are in Face Live now, but it's going to be available and anytime in the page of the virtual book fair, and we are going to put the link there.
I just repeat, www.amazon.com/return line Marco line Stefano /DP slash, and then the numbers, I'm getting old, should be 8088Q246Q2. Anyway,
Yes.
yes, people can find it later.
Or,
So,
or another thing, Marco, they can
yeah,
put the name um, in internet. If they
see,
put the name of the producer,
see,
they find
the,
you immediately because he's very controversial. He was
see,
very controversial, and
see.
the videos there.
Yeah, and so listen. Anyway, I got a kind of Odyssea, like Ulysses, because for many years it was forbidden. But in 97, uh, suddenly, a magazine called Espresso in Italia, they published a videotape. They published the videotape of the movie, so it was not possible to watch on cinema, but some people was watching for the first time the video.
Full,
And
full,
see, yeah,
not edited. Uh-huh.
no, sì, sì, sì. And I did also some tryout to show the movie in 2, 3 different occasions in a forbidden way. One time was in Trapani in Sicily. One time was in Amandola, where I did a festival in the Siberian mountain many years, an international festival,
Mm-hmm.
and people like it. So I was
Mm-hmm.
surprised. I said, "What happens? Where it is the scandal?" I even spoke with some priests after the film, and they didn't find such a great scandal in the movie. So probably sometimes all the bombing on the press became a kind of an enormous fake news that create a scandal about a movie that is just a movie like others. To watch, you can like it, you can dislike it, but anyway, not to destroy the piece of art as they
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, as I told you, 2, 3 years ago, Sandy Artuk, this German, Turkish German director, he called me. He came to Italy. He did interview, and they did the remastering of the film. And the film that people can watch is very clean and in very good quality. So I'm
With your
very
name, not good at the name. Not good at the name.
and now it's we can speak about in a quiet way, but anyway it was really like Ulysses, many years of waiting to see this movie out. And what I really didn't like was how I was cancelled for many years from the market just because I did this movie. But now I can tell you I'm very proud because I think
Mhm.
I was the right person in the right way moment. When I met during the shooting people with deep faith, they asked me, Marco, but what are you doing? And I understood that anyway, I should try to communicate love with this personage. It doesn't matter if you believe or if you don't believe. They do believe in this personage. So you have to respect the fact that a lot of people believe in the figure of Jesus Christ and give to this figure a great importance for their life, for their everyday life. You know, to have the gift of the faith is not for everybody. It's something for few. And I'm very touched when I meet a person full of faith, not only in Jesus, full of faith in life, faith in Buddha,
Mhm. The
faith in Allah,
universe.
in whatever you want.
Mhm.
I like the person who dedicate with great energy their life to the universe through different channels. Uh, but I'm an actor. So I should be
Mhm.
simply a cable, a bridge
Mhm.
to communicate feelings. And that's what I'm trying to do with my work also in the other films, in the other performances, to be a good communicator. And I thanks you, Libertad, because through you has been possible
Mhm.
to speak with a lot of people and to let them know about our community play, which is this
Mhm.
project that we spoke about,
Beautiful project.
Yeah, to make a performances done, released together with the inhabitants of the area. Uh, I hope also in England one day. We did in Liverpool a project many years ago in co-production with Molenbeek, Brussels, and Seravezza was a European project. But I would like, because I know that the time is running, I would like to tell you some things about Thorsen. Just a second, because I'm trying to find here. I have an information about him. Yes, here. Moment. It's coming. Thorsen.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mr.
Uh,
Mr. Stefano, you can
see,
find your papers, but Mr. Stefano is very, very um, um, how can I say it? He's
Marco Di
not
Stefano.
arrogant. He's not
No,
arrogant, but he has many experiences during the fair in a virtual book fair in Italy. We talk about cinematographers like Federico Fellini. He
see.
shared with us experiences. He has many friends, and he works. You worked with a very important actor in France, right? What is the name? Cyrano de Bergerac.
Gerard
Gerard
Depardieu.
Depardieu. Oh
See.
my God. See,
I did this movie three years ago. Fantastic.
I
Was
think your life is rich, Marco.
so
Your life is rich of
I'm very
experiences.
happy. So Jens Jürgen Thorsen, he was born, I want to be precise, the 2nd of February of 32 in Ossebro, Denmark. And he passed away the 15th November 2000 in Sweden. And there are many books written about him. And he did also Quiet Days in Clichy, which is another movie that everybody can watch. A Quiet Days in Clichy is from 1970. The Return, you can find Il Ritorno is from 92. And he did also a lot of other films, experimental, that people can watch. So I think that it's a personage that should be discovered again, because he really was in this moment, in this pandemic that we hope that we are defeating. It's very important to have energy. And this person was full of energy. And
Mm,
he gave to me as a witness this idea that if you really want, you can. The guy is a clear example that if you really want, you can. He did it against any limits, any border, against the society. He told me, Marco, I have to do it because my father, the father of Thorsten, was a doctor. And the father was quite hard with him. In the summertime, when he was younger, the father got the user to make his holidays in the living room of the house by planting a little camping tent, putting inside of the camping tent books, and close communication with the family for 15 days. So the
Wow.
father, that was the father of Thorsten.
Oh my God.
No, and so it was really an adventure to meet this person. It opened me to me to open to me. In fact, also other possibilities. Imagine when I came back, I did immediately Faust. I was Faust and Jesus in the same year. We did a
Mhm.
movie about Faust from a film director, Italian film director. And then often, Veromit, it's another movie quite mystic, The Jewel of Arthur. Often they was calling me to do mystic personages. And of course, later I developed in other direction and I was doing other kind of movies. But this experience of the Jesus, for example, brought to me to make the Dream Man. The Dream Man, it's a movie where, through this movie, because I did Jesus, they called me to do the Dream Man. I met Krishnamurti, the real
I
Krishnamurti,
like Krishnamurti.
the
Mhm.
real one. Could you imagine? Because the
You
director,
knew him, right?
yes, because the
Yeah.
director was friend
Mhm.
of U.J. Krishnamurti.
Okay.
And because I was going to make a mystic personage in the film, he said, you have to meet him. So I got
Oh,
disquieting conversations
wow.
with
I'm
Krishnamurti.
jealous. I'm
Oh
jealous.
my
I'm
God. I
jealous.
understand that everything is nothing. Even what we are doing now is
Oh.
nothing. And we must never take too serious our life. We are not,
Oh.
because we must enjoy. I invite the spectators that may be resisted so long to listen to us. I invite the
Mhm,
spectator to enjoy their life because you don't know what
mhm.
happens tomorrow. So it's very important to enjoy each moment because life is now. Really, life is now. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, wow. I'm so happy enjoying all your stories. You have fantastic experiences and you like I said before, you are rich in many aspects. And the most important part is you are a very sensitive person. You love art, you love life. You really enjoy all the things that you do. Mr. Stefano, Marco Di Stefano, is going to have a presentation. Yes, before we leave, but he's going to have a presentation. He's going to talk about Teatro de la Comunidad, Teatro de la Comunidad, or community theater,
Community
community
play, community
play.
play.
And it's going to be the presentation, I think, next week, next Saturday. I
Please
don't remember. Yeah, please.
come to visit
He's
us.
really funny, really,
Let's
really
bring a
funny.
community play to England.
He has been serious, but he's more funny. Marco, please, we want to hear you. Go ahead.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eyes, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. While we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love beloved in return.
Bravo, Mr. Stefano Marco. I am so lucky for be your friend, and because I really admire all your art, your talent, especially your soul, your heart, your family. He has a very talented family, and other thing is he is my teacher in theater. Every Sunday we have a workshop. What it means? Oh my God! You don't have the light. You don't have the light, right, Marco? I love it. You don't have it, right? The light. You can do it. The light
The
when
light,
you
yeah,
talk
the light is
about
this.
it.
This, where's that? No,
Yeah,
this
look
one
at
is
that.
the light from the bicycle. But
Oh,
yes, I have this to finish this.
yeah, when you finish. Bravo, bravo. Thank you so much. This is true. We are brothers and sisters
All
all
of
around
us,
the
all of
world.
us.
This is a big hug for the pandemic moments,
Yes.
and it reminds us that art and culture save us from the dead, is what I say, save
Yes.
from the dead.
Big kiss to all the spectators of
Thank you.
today.
Thank
Buon
you.
primo maggio. Good 1st of May.
Thank you. We are going to see the movie. I'm curious. I'm sure many people is going to look at your work, and I'm happy that for the whole production, finally, this movie is
It's
free,
free.
like you call. And thank you, UK. Thank you, all people that they follow the fair, the virtual book fair, UK. Thank you so much, Marco. A big hug, and have a beautiful day. We have a long agenda, cultural agenda. Don't go continues. We have many, many news here, and many books and art and culture. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. A big hug. We see you soon. Thank you. Thank you so much,